Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues. It helps us out a lot. Robert Pattinson, yes, Robert Pattinson could be starring in Dune Messiah. Let's read into it from WOR. How about Robert Pattinson? The dude's been collecting great directors like Infinity Stones. Villeneuve is inching closer to Dune Messiah, which is set to shoot this summer. It's a much anticipated sequel, and Deadline is now hearing that Pattinson might be joining the ensemble cast. And ladies and gentlemen, I did actually report on the specific date that Dune Messiah is shooting, so go watch that. It is in the catalog. They will definitely get cameras rolling in the month of August. The film was already set to star Timothée Chalamet, Florence Pugh, Zendaya, Anna Taylor-Joy, Javier Bardem, and Jason Momoa. With that said, there are a handful of new roles that need to be cast, and Pattinson is being eyed to nab one of them. Pattinson will apparently be playing the villain Scytale. The role is expected to be a significant one in this film. In Dune Messiah, Paul Atreides rules as emperor but is trapped by the religious fervor surrounding him and the jihad waged in his name. A secret conspiracy involving the Bene Gesserit, Tleilaxu, and Spacing Guild seeks to overthrow him by introducing a gula of his old friend Duncan Idaho. The first two Dune movies were technically a hero's journey, but Frank Herbert's Messiah makes it clear that it's actually a villain's origin story. In Messiah, set 12 years later, Herbert tears down everything he built in the first novel, and where Paul Atreides finally ends up in a place soaked in darkness, it will be very hard to translate it into a tentpole blockbuster, but Villeneuve is willing to take the risk. And I have to disagree with Jordan Rumi there. I don't think it's going to be very hard at all, because this is going to be not necessarily an action-packed film, but the meat and potatoes of storytelling. This film, if they knock it out the park with this, and Denis Villeneuve does like the lore, he understands the source content and is willing to actually do what he needs to do to stick to it as close as possible, I feel like this is going to be the Dune that brings everything full circle. Yes, you had the first one, which was the beginning of everything, kind of get you going there. Then you had the second part, which is really the second part of the book. That is the action part of the film, but this is going to be the drama-heavy film, and quite possibly the most emotional. Along with Duncan Idaho coming back, Jason Momoa that is, be looking out for Anya Taylor-Joy. She is going to have a huge role in this film as well. Anybody that is familiar with the Dune Messiah book and the Children of Dune know where I'm going with that, but definitely not going to give any spoilers. There was some stuff that was given away in this article that I didn't really want to touch on, but I'm reading all the way through. We're getting the information out there, so I would tell anybody that is not familiar with Dune as far as the books are concerned, or anything past what you've seen cinematically, do yourself a favor and go research the history of Dune, and you could find the whole history even before the events of Paul Atreides, but more specifically, if you are into the cinematic universe of Dune, go look at those books so you have an understanding of what you're going to be seeing on the big screen. Or do not listen to anything anybody is saying, because things will get spoiled. But let's finish up the article. Greg Fraser, who lends the first two Dune movies, will be replaced by Linus Sengren. Hans Zimmer is expected to score the film. Although still unconfirmed, Warner Brothers has reserved a December 2026 slot on the release calendar for Dune Messiah. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be extremely excited for the release of this film. We're also going to see if Warner Brothers does stick to their word and tries to do more than the 3 Dunes that we have planned with Denis Villeneuve as director. Definitely going to be interesting, and there's going to be a lot to report on as we get to the shooting of Dune Messiah and the release of Dune Messiah. Ladies and gents, with that being said, subscribe to the channel, share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues, like this video, ring the bell for notifications, and as always, be safe. It's Neff signing off.